Acres of space for the Timbers to play.
As Partida, you saw him wince a little bit, and he's going to go down to the turf. The left back, Kevin Partida. Timbers have gone at him early the first 20 minutes. He clearly picked up a knock. And we're going to see Shea Salinas coming into the match at left back, possibly immediately.
It was a little hard to take in just because it didn't really have the same symptoms as the first time. So it wasn't last time I kind of expected it. I knew what it was. And then this time around it was just it's kind of a surprise. So I was close to the sideline, and I think it was kind of in between a tackle and passing a ball backwards, and just had some contact while my leg was planted. And then, yeah, I just felt some instability after that. So
for the most part, pretty good. Today, a little bit sore. Yeah, I saw Kevin, the biometricist. Yeah, yesterday. So.
Okay. And just sore after the testing?
Yeah, I think so.
Just
more achy than more achy.
Okay. How about strength and stability? Feeling better from
that
standpoint?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you lay back for me? You've done a really good job getting that extension back, and your flexion is really good. It's going to be a little bit tight at the end point, but the ligament is quite stable.
We haven't progressed into walking too much because after a couple days he's done walking, that's when his soreness is the greatest.
Alright, so we'll just keep progressing along as comfort allows. Obviously the ligament inside the knee is healing as time goes by. But looks really good. I think you're ahead of schedule. So Kevin's situation is a little bit unique because he had an ACL reconstruction 2 years ago. So this is a revision where we had to do a second surgery for a similar injury. And in addition, we had to trim the damaged portion of his meniscus. And the meniscus on the outside of his knee is basically a cushion that helps protect the cartilage above and below the knee joint. So he's ahead of schedule, but we still have to be mindful that this is a revision, so we want to make sure that we maximize the ability to get him back when he needs to get back.
We'll work on some squatting technique and form, and a lot of it, and he gets really annoyed by it, is really small, tiny corrections, because the tiny corrections make a huge difference when he goes back out on the field and isn't able to consciously think about it. It has to be a subconscious thing in the back of his mind, so it's a lot of motor memory and a lot of training himself to recognize when he's moving incorrectly and him being able to fix it himself.
Is this more annoying or boring?
Kind of boring because they take long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just feel like
they take up like 20 minutes.
What we're really trying to do is isolate this muscle right here. It's called gluteus medius, and it's important for keeping your hips level. And when your hips are level, it helps your knee not buckle in. And so having a strong muscle here is important. So the reason he does all these exercises is they're called activation exercises. So the idea is that he's teaching himself how to fire those muscles in an isolated position, so that when we go to standing, what we call integrated exercises, where he has to use multiple muscles at the same time, all those muscles are properly firing and they're more in sync. And so when he does the exercise out here, he'll perform it better.
In the beginning, the first, I gave myself a day or two to kind of really sulk, I guess. But no, after that, I mean, there's not much you can do about it. You don't really have a choice but to move on. So I just figured I would start getting ready to start the process of coming back. It's actually been really different in the beginning stages, just because I came out of surgery pretty ahead. I think I had my range of motion back pretty quickly, and kind of my quad activation as well. So I guess I somewhat naturally skipped the first couple of weeks of what a regular rehab goes through. So I mean, it's good from that standpoint. Being in my first professional season and not getting to go the entire season and getting those minutes in, which I think are important, is what I think it's been tough to swallow, but I'll be all right.